The Mi 11 Ultra in 2025. Is it any good? Well, let's talk about it. Now, the only reason why I ended up with this device is because, once again, I have to give credit to the person who inspired me to start this YouTube channel, Flossie Carter. You know, he's my favorite. He's one of my favorite YouTube creators on YouTube. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites, definitely. And the first, Xiaomi device he introduced me to was the Mi 10 Pro. And then I loved that device, but then the Mi 11 Ultra came out and I just had to have it. I'm like, when this was the biggest reason because of this rear display and the things that it could do. I'm like, I gotta have this device. And this device had everything you would want in a flagship. Okay. This was released in 2021. So I've had this phone for almost 4 years and I'm still getting good battery life with this device, even though it has 67-watt wireless charging and wired charging and 10-watt reverse wireless charging. So those of you that say, oh, that fast charging degrades the battery, I can still get over a day with this device. And that's at 100% brightness, quad HD resolution, 120 hertz, and always on display. So that's not true. All right. Now the build on this device is excellent. It has a ceramic back, but it has Gorilla Glass Victus on the front. Now with the always on display, you can use it with super wallpapers. I don't use super wallpapers. I use my own HD wallpapers, but you can use super wallpapers with this device. The face unlock on this device is very, very good. As you can see right here, every single time it's popping open. It's popping open quickly. That's the way face unlock is supposed to work. Every time, that's the way it's supposed to work. Of course, you got your fingerprint scanner here that you get a little bit of you get haptic feedback, and you also get a little animation. You can't really see it that good because because the size of my thumb, but it's there and it's not. It works pretty well. No problems with that. You got dual stereo speakers tuned by Harman Kardon. And the thing that's so great about these speakers is that you got the speaker at the top, not in the earpiece, because there's still an earpiece up here, but you have a speaker up here. And of course, you got a speaker here at the bottom. So you're getting equal distribution of sound. The same sound what a lot of devices you get more of the highs and the mids I say the highs in the earpiece and the mids and the lows in the bottom. With this, they're equally loud. That's why I love that. And these speakers here on this device are no joke. They're really, really good. You're also getting the IR blaster right there, the universal remote control, which I love. This phone comes with dual SIM slots. It comes with second space. It has excellent button placement. Button placement is nice and low. You got your volume rockers here. You got your power button here. Look where my thumb just easily rests. There's no stretching like this right here. This is where the power button should be. Unlike Google that puts the power button on above the volume rockers, which is stupid placement in my opinion. 12 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 888. Now, sometimes this phone can get a little warm when you use it a long time, but it never gets hot and it never overheats. It hasn't for me anyway. Now, when it comes down to the display, this is one of my favorite parts of this whole device. 6.8-inch Quad HD plus Super AMOLED display with HDR10 plus and 120 hertz. This display is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's nice and bright. Love it. And you can see there's basically no bezels on this device. It's a bezel-less display. So you get to enjoy all of this display when viewing content. Currently rocking Android 14. That was the last Android version for this device. I wasn't even sure if it was going to get Android 14, but it did. And also, I just got a security update in February, which surprised me because I wasn't expecting that either. Now, I don't use this device all that often, but I still use it from time to time. And I love it still because it's the display is beautiful. The build on it is great, even though I always use a case because this phone could be very, very slippery when my hands are dry. But the performance It's still really fast. It's very smooth. Everything just works. I mean, I just love this. I just love this device to this day. And I love how smooth it is. It's just so smooth. You know, when I'm opening up an app and going back, it's like it has that smoothness of the One Plus and the smoothness of the Vivos. Okay. That's why I love it. Wi-Fi 6. Of course, you got your NFC, Bluetooth 5.2, has a large 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And I already told you about the 67-watt super fast wired charging, 67-watt super fast wireless charging, and 10-watt reverse wireless charging, otherwise known as power share. You're also getting a 24-bit hi-fi DAC, which sounds really, really great. Still not LG level, but still really, really good. Also, the secondary display. Now, this is the thing that really drawed me. I'm like, why didn't Xiaomi stick with this design and just make it even bigger? You know, they could have just made it even bigger back here, made a bigger display and made it, you know, to be able to stay on as long as you want it. Right now, it only stays on for like 30 seconds, which I absolutely hate, but it is what it is. But you can shoot video with this secondary display with these cameras back here, 4K at 60, which is good. You can control your music, you can control your videos, you can receive text messages, you could receive and reject phone calls. I mean, come on, you can get your battery percentage, the date. Basically, this thing is not a gimmick. It's just not. It's not at all. I love it. I love it. This thing is IP68 water and dust resistance. This one has 512 gigs of storage, but it starts out at 256. And with the cameras, 50 megapixel wide dual pixel with laser autofocus, optical image stabilization, 48 megapixel periscope telephoto with optical image stabilization, 5 times optical zoom, and 120 times hybrid zoom, 48 megapixel ultra wide with dual LED flash. You can shoot at 8K 24, 4K at 60, and with the selfie camera, shoots at 1080p at 60. Now that really disappointed me because, you know, with this being an ultra device, you should have been able to shoot at 4K at 60 on all the cameras, honestly. But the 1080p 60 is still great. It really is. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't shoot anything in 4K at 60. I shoot everything at 1080p at 60. So it's not the biggest deal, but I'm saying for this calling itself an ultra phone, you know, device, it should have 4K at 60 on all the cameras, in my opinion. Now, the only things that were missing from this phone for me is I wish it was unlocked for all carriers, which I know wasn't possible because Xiaomi, you can't get Xiaomi through any carriers in this country. Headphone jack would have been nice. Expandable storage would have been a winner. And of course, the 4K camera, the front facing camera, being able to shoot at 4K. But outside of that, I'm telling you, this phone is awesome. Like I said, I still get great battery life to this day. The photos and the videos on this device is excellent, and you got a lot of different shooting modes with the camera. Like they give you a ton of them. Let me see. Let me get to this. You got multicam. Look at that, 6 different camera views. That is just crazy. You got 50 megapixel thing where you can shoot in 50 megapixels. You got night mode, portrait, video, pro mode, and you swipe up. Look at all of these down here. You got even more stuff. You got short video, panorama, documents, vlog, slow motion, time lapse, watermark, movie effects, stickers, long exposure, supermoon, and clone. So you definitely can have a lot of fun with the cameras on this device because these cameras, they ain't no joke. They're big and they take this whole camera module is just humongous, but these cameras are the truth. Trust me. And the video is like, to me, the video is like cinematic type video. That's how clear, sharp, and the speakers, you know, when you listen to the speakers with the sound, excellent. Check out my full review on this device and you'll see what I mean by the photos and the videos. You can see it for yourself. But man, I still think this is a great device to get if you know you don't need Android 15, I don't know how long it's going to receive security updates if that matters to you. That don't matter to everybody. I know some people they got to have Android, the latest and greatest Android. They need to have a few years of software support. I understand that, but everybody don't. I don't. I still use this phone for anything I need to use it for. I'm not worried about it, being hacked or anything like that. I've never had any of my devices hacked, and I got really old phones that I can still use, banking apps and, going online and buying stuff. I've never had any issues. But for those of you that don't care about the latest and greatest software updates, it's definitely worth picking up. I don't know how much it currently costs. I got this from Giztop. They don't even sell this anymore. So I think the only place that you may be able to find it is probably on eBay. Now, there's other places, you can get it. I'm not familiar with it. The thing about this ceramic back also, it feels super, like good quality. I wish it was like a matte finish because it's a fingerprint magnet. So I'm gonna put this case back on it because I always rock this phone with a case anyway. I just took it off so you can see it for the video. Much easier to handle with a case. This is a hybrid case. It's hard to find this case. I think this is a Spigen hybrid, and I've been using this case for years. No other. It's funny how I bought a bunch of cases for this device, but when it came down to it, I didn't like the way they felt in my hand. I think I may have bought 6 or 7 cases, and I didn't like any of them except this clear case that's turned yellow, and I don't even care that it turned yellow. I just have the ultimate comfort and the ultimate grip with this case. So, works for me. But this is still a great device in my opinion. Whether you decide to pick it up is up to you, but it's still a great device. You're getting great performance. You're getting great cameras. You're getting great speakers. The sound you get through the 24-bit DAC sounds really good. You're getting excellent biometrics, great battery life, great battery charging speeds. I mean, like I said, it's dust and water resistance. You're getting the whole package, honestly. You know, if anything that you want in a flagship phone, this has it. Large battery, good battery life. I still love this device. That's why I still use it to this day. I don't use it as much as I used to because, there's other phones that I'm currently using, but I still love this device, and this device will never get sold. It just won't. I'm keeping this device, period, because you don't see nothing like this on the market. This was innovation, and I don't know why they went away from this. They just could have improved it, made it bigger. They could have made it where this could stay on longer, and I wish it stayed on longer. 30 seconds really irritates me because I like to be able to set my phone down like this and just always see the time, see my notifications, text messages. Even if somebody calls me, I can see their name and I can decide whether I want to answer or reject the call. If I'm listening to music, I can stop the music, or I could go to the next song or back to the previous song. I can do all of that with that secondary display. So if you can get your hands on, if you like Xiaomi phones and you can get your hands on this device, and if it's a good price, now I'm not saying pay through the nose for it, but if you can get it at a really good, reasonable price, I would say definitely get it because it's very unique. You're not going to see any other phone on the market like this. They haven't even made another phone remotely like this. The only thing that may come, I can't even say come close, but I'm talking about just using the back of the phone would be the ROG 9 Pro, where they got all kind of stuff going on the back of the phone, which I like, which is that's innovation. This is what we need to see as consumers. We're tired of the same old with just incremental updates with specs. Like, we show us something different, show us something new. Okay, the trifold is cool, but ain't nobody trying to pay $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 for a trifold. Nobody's doing that. Okay, like, bring it back to the real world where the real people at. We just want to see some innovation. So Mi 11 Ultra, in my opinion, still a great device. Love it. I can definitely recommend it. All right, so thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.